Especially people from the US, they're just like,
Yeah.
Mexico is so unsafe. When there's so many shootings at a simple Walmart almost every single day.
Thank you so much for taking the time to answer my questions. And so I want to know, and the audience want to know, where are you from and what motivated you to move to Mexico?
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm from Omaha, Nebraska. Born and raised there until I was 18 because of the military. I joined the Marine Corps. And then I was there for 4 years. And then I was supposed to go back home to Nebraska, but I went to go visit family in Mexico City because I'm Afro-Mexican. And so my mom's family and she's from Mexico City. And so I went to go visit family in Christmas 2016. And that's when I met my now husband.
So there's a whole web over there.
Exactly. There's a whole web. It's not like he convinced me to move, but I really liked his vibes.
And so really the reason why you moved to Mexico is because you met your husband.
Exactly. Yes.
Love.
It wasn't for, the Blaxit, usually what they use nowadays, because, Black African Americans are leaving the States because of racism. It was because of my husband.
This question is a question that I get a lot from people who see me living here, specifically in Sinaloa. So I want to ask you, how safe do you feel, especially in Sinaloa?
I feel extremely safe here. We live, me and my family, in Mazatlan, Sinaloa. Right. So that is a tourist town. So there's a lot of tourists coming in and out. There's cruise ships from all over the world that come here. There's a lot of cartel. Sinaloa is very well known for that. Yeah. But they make sure to keep Mazatlan safe because all the money is here. Yep. So unfortunately, there's issues happening right now in Culiacan, but thankfully they haven't bled over to Mazatlan. There's some isolated incidences, but it's definitely not what they're painting on the media. So I definitely feel completely safe here. Good. Very, very safe.
It's good to have your point of view because that's the main thing the media is showing especially in the US. Mm-hmm. And even for myself, before when I lived in Arizona, I never came to Mexico for that reason.
Because of the cartel in general?
Because the people say don't travel there by yourself. It's dangerous,
exactly.
And then you keep seeing all the stuff happening. And then when I moved here in Mazatlan, people are so lovely. I was like, well, okay. But it's good to have your point of view.
What convinced you to come here?
What convinced me? That's a good question. I had traveled for a few years abroad. I met a lot of Mexican around the world. And I think they kept telling me, you should check out Mexico City because it's really nice, And then I met somebody at a co-working space who was from Mexico City. And I said, I think I'm going to try. That was way before I met my friend Gloria and everybody else. Mm-hmm. And I said, I'm not going to fly directly to Mexico City because I don't know. So I flew to Guadalajara for the first time. But I remember leaving the airport and being on my guard. And I'm like, somebody's going to try to grab my bag. Somebody, And then when I realized people didn't care and, life goes on, people go into the taxi, buses. And I was like, wait a minute, this is just like Morocco. There's no... Right. And this is when I started realizing, well, this is all...
Have you been to Mexico City yet?
Yeah, 4 months. I lived there last year.
I was going to say, in Mexico City, I was in guard all the time.
I feel good there.
Do you feel safer there than here?
I think right now with what's going on, I stopped going out at night. Yeah. But before that, no, I felt very safe here. But just right now,
Right now is...
Yeah. Right now
that's the exception, right?
Yeah,
I'm talking before that.
But before that, no, totally safe. But actually Mexico City too. But I also stayed in those areas, Roma, Condesa.
Oh, the nice areas.
Yeah, so that's how it's not. Maybe I went a few times in Zocalo. But other than that, I never went anywhere where I felt...
Right.
I even walked at night. I went to a nightclub by myself.
Okay, yeah.
I felt fine.
We lived in Xochimilco, so it was totally different. Oh, You've been there, right?
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
I did the whole cafe. I think it's actually
that's where my husband is from. Yeah.
What do you think is the biggest misconceptions people have about Mexico?
Mexico or Sinaloa?
Well, both. Why not?
Both. Oof, misconceptions that it's unsafe, especially people from the US. They're just like, Mexico is so unsafe. When there's so many shootings at a simple Walmart almost every single day. I just did a little presentation about this. How has Sinaloa always been for several years now on the do not travel list, level 4?
Yeah.
But you have daily shootings and killings at schools. Yeah. I've never seen that in Mexico.
No, never. It's a different kind of violence, I think. Mm-hmm.
And they're usually here for Sinaloa. They're isolated incidences, and it's because of the people who are doing things they're not supposed to be doing.
Right.
So if you hear of a shooting in the Golden Zone, where it's like where all the restaurants and bars are, usually it's isolated to just one person.
Yeah.
And they were going after that person.
Targeting.
Exactly.
Well, this one I don't know. So the question technically is, it's what cultural differences have been the most challenging, and how have you adjusted in Mexico? But you Mexican, so was it difficult for you to adjust to the culture here?
Yeah.
Even if you came here.
One of the things culturally different is definitely time, like in the States.
Like today.
But then compared to Mexico City, sorry. Compared to Mexico City and Mazatlan, like in Mexico City, they're very fast paced. Yeah. And I wouldn't say that they're always on time, but it's like, what do you want? What do you need? Like very fast. And here in Mazatlan, people are wanting to sell things and they take hours, days to respond. I'm like, did you posted this? Do you not need money? If you didn't need money, you wouldn't be posting this to sell. Like, take my money already. Like, you need to shove their money their way just for them to, answer.
They're not motivated by money here.
They're not.
No.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
I don't know. Even at a restaurant, like, oh, ready to. One time I went to a restaurant here. I wanted to order food. Do you know the waiter never came? He came at the beginning and he asked me what I wanted to drink. So I ordered my drink and then he thought it was it. And so I waited 20 minutes and I said, I'm not going to say anything. And then after that, I finished my drink and I left.
Wow.
And he was right there. Yeah, I paid
you didn't pay?
Yeah, well,
you didn't come to you didn't pick up the bill.
He was there. And I was like, how would you not ask me if I want to eat something?
Did you tell him?
No, I didn't. I was like, at this point, there's no. The guy was on his phone. They do not care who on the check. I mean, not everybody, but most of the time, they chill. Which can be a good thing.
Most of the time is very chill. I mean, I feel like it has showed me a lot.
It helps you relax. It helps you,
that's true.
Slow down. So you said the time. Is there anything else?
Yes, there's another one. People are very surprised that I'm a very independent woman and I don't go everywhere with my husband. And they think that just because they don't see him, that he doesn't exist.
And that's also very rare that he's like that, because here in the mentality, what I see is the men are more not controlling, but a little bit more machista than
exactly.
So that's rare. Like me, they assume I'm single, which I am. But you married, so they'll be like, "What you doing with this?"
Right, exactly.
She going out alone.
Oh, can I say one more thing?
Sure.
Being a very helpful person, volunteering, helping the community. People are so shocked at the willingness of me to help out. And I'm shocked by how people are not willing to help others in their own community.
They don't help out here?
They don't like helping out.
I thought they were so friendly. Maybe that's
They're friendly, but it's not the same as like giving money to a cause. They're very stingy when it comes to that.
Money and what is time? They don't volunteer here?
No, they're not.
Do you know, I go to the gym here and then I often take a plastic bag and there's a beach and it's a lot of time dirty. So I go with my plastic bag and I pick myself. But they looked at me funny. They were all the fishermen and they were like, what is she doing?
Why is she picking up trash? Like, what?
No trash. And I was like, okay, there's plastic. And I was like, every time I go, there's like just a little plastic because it's not long, my walk. And then I put it in the trash. And every day is dirty. But I'm telling you, the people there will walk me and they would just look at me like, what is she doing? And plus, she's not a gringa, so
and why is she one of us?
Why is she doing it? I didn't feel like very welcome figuring out.
How sad is that?
Yeah, they don't.
The own fishermen are taking up care of
it was full of this as a tad, but
that's another one. So that's like cool.
So that's good that you tell me this about, because I didn't know. Now it makes sense.
Yeah, a lot more of the Canadians or the people from the United States are willing to be like, oh yes, tell me when there's the next volunteer opportunity compared to the locals here.
Let's talk about the affordability, the fact that living here is a lot more affordable than the U.S. and did it affect your overall well-being?
Definitely did affect my overall well-being. In my opinion, in Mexico in general is very more affordable than the United States. I've been here for 6 years and the price differences have definitely gone up. But if you still want to live comfortably, you still can, living like farther away from the boardwalk. They're still very much affordable to someone who's winning a United States salary.
The reason why I wanted to tell you this, by the way, about the affordability, it's because a lot of people, not everybody, come to Mexico for that reason only. Not because they love the culture, not because they want to learn Spanish, not because they want to get involved. they come here to save money. And I've noticed this with a lot of expats, and I wanted to know if you also met people like that. So what's your take on?
If I'm here in Mexico because of my husband, but if I wasn't with him, I would still be here. I don't have any plans of going back to the United States.
Yeah.
Then my number one reason is because of affordability. I'm still living a very affordable lifestyle.
I have a question. Do you see yourself living in Mexico long term? I'm assuming this is
Yes. I wanted to live in Mazatlan forever. With the way it's going, I have a feeling that might not happen. I think maybe Oaxaca or Chiapas.
What I want to know is what would be a piece of advice you would share to someone who wants to move to Mexico?
My advice is so easy. Just do it. Just do it. Like Shia LaBeouf, just do it.
Let's go.
Yes, just because some people they're just holding their back. They're being held back by what their family says, by what their friends say. But why does that matter? At the end of the day, it matters how you are, how happy you are, and how do you feel with your own self. And so, no, just do it, try it, because, nothing is forever. You can come for a trial, see how you like it, see for yourself. Don't listen to everything on social media.
Yeah.
Come see it for yourself, come feel the vibe, and if you love it, take baby steps. We said we were going to be in Mazatlan for 6 months.
But I was supposed to be here for 2 weeks. You remember?
How long have you been here for?
10 months.
10 months. I'm saying.
10 months.
Yeah. Mazatlan,
Overstaying.
in my opinion, is magical. It's not for everyone, but I absolutely love it here. And I just come here and try it. And if it doesn't work out, you can go back and regroup.
Or travel somewhere else, yeah. But it's
Or travel somewhere else. Yeah.
It's a place to see. Mexico has so many different things.
32 or 33 very different states.
Just between the food and the people, the culture, the music, I don't regret it. I'm really glad I made it here.
I'm so glad.
I'm rocking in Mexico.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good job.